पूर्णात् मुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम नमस्ते
Thank you. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighna Upashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadam Tam Upasmahe Gnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheswara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Devi Prapannarti Hare Prasida Prasida Mata Jagatokhilasya Prasida Visveswari Pahi Viswam Tvamishwari Devi Characharasya Tvamishwari Devi Characharasya Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrurupena Samsthita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Om Akshasrak Parasum Gadeshu Kulisam Padmam Dhanuh Kundikam Dandam Sektimasim Chacharma Jalajam Ghantam Surabhajanam Shulam Pasasudarsanecha Dadatim Hastai Prapanna Prasannananam Seve Sairibhamardini Iha Mahalakshmi Sarojasthitam. So this particular Durga Saptasati or Chandi Patha or whatever we call, this is drawn from the Markandeya Puranam. And Markandeya Maharshi is really great, and he's a great unique Bhakta and scholar. So 13 chapters have been drawn out from Markandeya Puranam, and this particular section of the Puranam is especially meant to bring the grace, bring the support, and bring into action the great goddess Durga, who is taken to be Artinasini. And Durga is that there is no difficulty for her, but whatever arti or difficulty is there, she will be doing it smilingly with all happiness. And she is not bothered very much. She knows how to maintain or to finish. For example, when in this war itself, when Mahishasura is a beast pouncing on Durga, his aim was only to kill her, not to marry her, unlike Sumbha Nisumbhas, who have a love for her and they want to win her love, because she challenged there, Devi challenged there that I had one oath taken, unfortunately, that those people who defeat me in a war, then only them only I will be able to marry. So this kind of oath I have taken. So what I can do, I cannot simply say yes or no to the proposal of none of these Sumbani Simbas. But here there is no proposal. Mahishasura is inimical. He wanted to kill. And moreover, he came with an aspect to find out why the sound coming, where from is sound coming. Because so he was drawn by the sound, produced by Durga Parameswari, and the nada. That nada was so great, high, that it was reverberating and terrifying entire Prakriti. So natural, the Prakriti Lord at that time was Mahishasura. So he wanted to, and he came prepared also, as you see here, that Mahishasura came with his band of Rakshasas and Sainyam, all kinds, and also all chieftains. So prepared in case of emergency, in case of contingency, he would not go back to home and bring all the army, nothing like start war. So that is the quickness of action when the calamity on the side of the Mahishasura, calamity on the side of Devi happened to happen simultaneously. So the calamity was on the side of Durga, that a great Asura army, Mahasura army came. And on the side of Mahishasura is that Durga Parameswari came with all her Shakti to ready to fight with them. So there was a war only. There was no other kind of dialogue. No dialogue much between Mahishasura and Ammavaru. No dialogue. So jump into action. So that's what we noticed that. And we know that Ammavaru, she was requisitioned to come into the forum. So when the Rakshas, all gods, they lost the battle with the Mahishasura and Mahasuras, they went to Shiva and Vishnu when they are together in a meeting at a common place. Then these gods went on narrating their horror, the defeat, losing their positions. They became most ordinary on the ground, losing all their positions. So in that context, then Shiva and Vishnu, who are the destroyers at the same time, and at the same time protectors, so they have to maintain the positivity. And if that positivity is hampered with the force of negativity, then here you see that the Shiva has got to interfere. So this is a very interesting thing. That is, there cannot be tolerance for this kind of change. That is the nature, because always Rakshasas are in great number, and the positive people are very low in number. But ultimately, we have been told or established that dharmameva jayate. And again, satyameva jayate nanrutam. I got the Ashoka pillar in Bangalore. So what is the motto of that is satyameva jayate nanrutam. So we have got that Ashoka pillar as the Dvajastambham for Bharat, that we stand always for truth, dharmam, and sanatana dharmam and all that. So Durga Parameswari is meant for that, but these people want not that. Therefore, there is a war. And so the kopam, the anger, kopa agni, turned into Ammavaru. She turned into a woman, and the moment a woman came up, all gods, because they failed in battle with her, so they just try to relegate all their power, all their energies, all their expertise into Durgamma. And now we see that Durgamma became armed and she became very much powerful. So, and moreover, Durga Parameswari, basically she had, as she gave appearance to Mahishasura, she had large number of arms, and her kirita was touching the sky, and her feet was down up to Patada. So such a Viswarupam of Ammavaru was displayed to Mahishasura. But Mahishasura is not interested in the Vishwarupam of Durgamma and her grace and Karuna and all those things, but he had only one target. If Durgamma also is finished by him, then there won't be any opposition to life, because he has defeated all gods, occupied the entire universe as his own. He became a ruler. Therefore, the last chance for him was to finish the divine forces. He knows that Durga Parameswari is the embodiment of the power, energies, expertise, ayudhas of all the gods. Knowing that also, he doesn't care them. He will just ignore that point and wants to exercise his strength upon her, see that she is put out. In fact, so this is how the whole show go like. But Amavaru chitte krupa samaranishthurata chadruštva devi. Gods praise her. Chitte krupa. She has immense compassion and karuna in her heart of hearts. But outside, samaranishthurata. She is determined to fight war with Mahishasura. So, because you cannot change her decision, especially in respect of Mahishasura, because she has got that kind of determination. Because the Bhartrihari says, those sajjanas, when they take to some positive activity, they will never give up. They will continue. So, sajjanaha naparityajanti. So, sankalpita karyam, whatever it is, that they are not going to give up. Low people don't start. Middle class of people, they start and drop it in the middle. But the higher class people, when they start it, they will see the end of it. So Durga Parameswari belongs to that category, and she doesn't want to kill, but she wants to subdue the anger, subdue the garvam of Mahishasura, and he should be cowed down. That is the objective of her, and she was successful. Now we have been going on, and she tried to face the chieftains in the war. The war began, and the chieftains or the Senadhipatis of Mahishasura, one by name Chitshuhu, second one by the Udagra, and third one was Asiloma, and fourth one was the Bhaskala, and so these are all some of the important nameable Bidala, and these are all the nameable chieftains who came with Aswasainyam, Gajasainyam, and Padasainyam, and also so many weapons. For example, in 44, we have read Gajavaji Sahasraugaihi Anekaih Parivaritaha Vruto Rathanam Kotyacha Yuddhe Tasmin Ayudhyata. So, second chapter, 44 sloka, and we have to do from then, because the war is a big entertainment, vinoda. So, if at all real war is going on, gods in the heaven or in the sky wait, observe. And some other people who are capable also watch the war, because they have the clairvoyance and also Divya Drushti. Maharshigalu, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ದಿವ್ಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಇದೆ. Something like one which Sanjaya was blessed by Krishna, though they are sitting in the palace on a wonderful, comfortable seat, throne, Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, and all people, they are in the palace, but they are anxious to have the war bulletin, minute by minute, second by second. So, Krishna has made that kind of Doordarshan facility. And whatever Sanjaya is the war commentator in Mahabharata. So, Krishna's plan was, even though he is sitting in a comfortable simhasanam, in a comfortable location, Dhritarashtra must suffer grief more and more. So, as and how one by one, the sons of her, of Dhritarashtra were being killed by Bhima in the battle, you imagine the feelings of that. So he also knows that Duryodhana escaped, and he was happy that he ran away from the war and he can gather again some sainyam and can kill Pandavas and see him, because Duryodhana promised that I am going to see my father's face or back to my father only when I kill Pandavas. So that kind of determination he posed before his father and people. So he cannot return, so he escaped. He ran away from the war. Anyway, these are all the things you observe. That kind of Durdarshan aspect has been given. And at that instance, you see, Gaja, Vaji, Sahasra Oghaihi, Anekaihi, Parivaritaha, Vruto Rathanam Kotyacha, Yuddhe Tasmin Ayudhyata. Amavaru, see, she was facing not ordinary Padati Sainyam, but there is a Sainyam trained horses, war trained horses, war trained elephants, and war trained Padatis, and war trained Rathins. So they're all Kotyacha. Their number is simply larger and larger. But Ammavaru is not scared at all. She is a Vikrama, Dhairyavati, and so all that kind of courage is there. I mean, Ammavaru. So she went on fighting. Yudhe Samyuge Tatra Rathanam Parivaritaha Anye cha Tatra Yutasasho Rathanagahairvataha Yudu Sayuge Devyaha Tatra Saha Mahasuraha. So the 46th sloka will tell us that the Rakshasa Sankhya is enormously great and uncontrollable. You know, Rama, you have to see, we are in Chaitra Masa, Vasanta Navaratri. In Delhi, we have got the Vasanta Navaratri Utsava being celebrated by the North Indian people, and especially Aparna and so many other people, Balram Singh, they're all organizing. And they're going to have a lot of 2 hours program, and Aparna is putting in the WhatsApp group the invitation to everybody, even from South. So in that spree, well, I'm also given opportunity to tomorrow to talk on this Durga and Rama. See, Rama is a Yuddha Veera, and he is a warrior, and he has to face large number of Rakshasas yet living, headed by Ravanasura. Because Kumbhakarna and all other people were done with, but Ravanasura was the toughest enemy, and he had to face. And imagine Rama there. Again, similarly, it is called also, see, Saran Navaratri and Vasanta Navaratri, both are same, because Rama is the worshipper of Durga Parameswari. So, therefore, Lakshmanagraja Pujitayai, Durgambikayai Namaha anta Durga Sahasranamdalli, Lakshmana Pujitayai Namo Namaha, Lakshmana Agraja Pujitayai Namo Namaha anta. So, Lakshmana Agraja andre Rama, and Lakshmana himself. So, both Lakshmana is taken as the main, then, so making Lakshmana and Rama also the Upasakas. When you come to our contemporary times, you have that Chhatrapati Shivaji. Shivaji is a Kali blessed Paramatma. He is a Durga Parameswar, is a blessed individual. And in fact, the story goes that he has been blessed with a sword to uphold the Sanatana Dharma, to drive away all those invaders who want to snatch away the total independence of Bharat. So these are all the Swatantra Yodhas, and Shivaji marks a great. He was to fight with the Aurangzeb. So we see in the history, the war does not stop, and the war is keeping on going. Even today, there is a dharma and adharma in fight. Adare, it is said, dharmaha vijayate, adharmaha nasyate. So ಧರ್ಮ ಯುದ್ಧ ಯಾರು ಧರ್ಮ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ವಿಜಯ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಖಂಡಿತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಧರ್ಮ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಬಿಗಿನ್ಸ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಲಾಂಗ್. ಕೃತ, ತ್ರೇತ, ದ್ವಾಪರ, ಕಲಿಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರಾಕ್ಷಸರು ಇದ್ದೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. When you come to Dwapara Yuga, the Rakshasas are not in Vikara Swarupa as you find in Kruta, Treta Yugas. In Dwapara ಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾನವ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಾಮಸಿ ವೃತ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಕಂಸ, you have seen in Dwapara Yuga, you have seen Kamsa, the Jarasandha, and so Shishupala. So these are all very great fellows. They are all humans only, but they have got the Rakshasa Vritti. That is Manava Swarupam Rakshasa Vritti. Many people are there. That is highly deceptive. Supposing if Rakshasas are like Kabandha, it is it's understood. Kabandha Rakshasa, he is a very odd fellow. Similarly, Kharadushanas. Similarly, that Surpanakha and such people. So they are all Rakshasis in before Dwapara Yugam. But here, that's why we used to say that Manava Rupa Rakshasas. They are all Rakshasas, but having the human form. And Rakshasaha Kutayodhinaha anta. They always come in groups and fight you. And Rakshasanam Ratireva Balam. Only during the night time, the Rakshasas get extra energy and power. While Manavas during the night time lose their energies much, because Manavas cannot stand the night horror. You observe, all emergencies crop up only in the night. Rogagalige, Rakshasarige, emergencies bala varode yavagandre only that. That's why there are so many admissions in the emergency section, emergency room or emergency casualty ward during the night time in the hospitals. Anyway, so therefore here there is all these Rakshasas. Devya sahadatra mahasuraha yudhuhu. Look at the verb. Yudhuhu means they all together simultaneously attacked Ammavaru. And imagine that too, not simply one way. Ratha vrutaha, naga vrutaha, hayaihi vrutaha, ayuta saha. Ayuta is the large number. One afterwards many zeros. Because sahasram cha, ayutam cha, arbudam cha, so we have got counting. In our Yajurveda, in Veda itself, we have got the numerology or counting of the number. So ordinal numbers are there. For example, in Yajurveda, we have got such number 120 zeros after 1. I don't know how to name that. So it is just like that. Ayuta. So Ayuta Saha, in thousands and thousands of ways, all such Rakshasas pounced on the Devi and her Shakti Kutam. And Mukhya Shakti Samanvitayai Namo Namaha in Lalita Sahasranama. I wish that you must take opportunity of listening to the commentary on Lalita Sahasranam, which you will get in India morning, in America and other places in the night at 9 o'clock and 8 o'clock. So Lalita Parameswari, Lalita Sahasranam is encyclopedia. Like that also Vishnu Sahasranamam. Similarly, even Durga Saptasati, Saundarya Lahari. Then all these Vedic texts are very significant, because they try to electrify our mind. They try to enkindle the lamp of light in us and make it more brighter also. Because we are told in Mahanarayana Upanishad, Ardram Jwalati Jyotihi Ahamasmi Yo Ahamasmi. So like that, Ardram Jwalati Jyotir Ahamasmi. Even Yarappa Kastvam anta kelidre, Shankaracharya prashna hakತಾರೆ. Kastvam Koham Kutayataha Kenava Ishitaha Kim Brahma. So these are all some of the important questions which only a human being has got to explore answers. In yargu interest irodilla, only for human beings this will be of interest. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಋಷಿಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. There are so many hundreds of rishis, thousands of rishis who have shared their thinking and knowledge which they attained through the meditation. ಯೋಗದಿಂದ, ಧ್ಯಾನದಿಂದ, ತಪಸ್ಸಿಂದ, ವೆಲ್ ಆರಾಧನೆಗಳಿಂದ ಎಟ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ, ದೇ ವರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ವಿಜುವಲೈಸ್, ಗೆಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ರಾಮರಕ್ಷಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರಂ. ಈ ರಾಮರಕ್ಷಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರಂ ಈಸ್ ಬುಧಕೌಶಿಕ ಋಷಿ. ಹಿ ಗಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಉಪದೇಶಂ ಇನ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ವಪ್ನೋಪದೇಶಂ. ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಗಿರುವುದನ್ನು ಅವರು ರಿಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರಪಂಚಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈವನ್ ಟುಡೇ ಬುಧ ಕೌಶಿಕ ಋಷಿ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಚಂದ್ರೋ ದೇವತಾ ರಾಮರಕ್ಷಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರ ಪಾರಾಯಣಂ ಕರಿಷ್ಯೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 32 ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇ ರಾಮರಕ್ಷಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರ. ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ವೇದನಾ ಸರಿತ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಟನ್ an article published, and moreover, though there are 32 slokas, there are only 10 slokas which you can use it every day, anytime, because Rama, Sri Ramachandra, is taken as the so many with names because of his achievement. Kausalyeyaha drisau patu Vishwamitra, so Rakshatu Vishwamitra, Kausalyayu drisau patu. Very beginning itself is the Kausalyas eye became really great or really punitam by looking at Rama when she delivered him. See, Kausalya ajanayat Ramam. 9th day we'll think of the Jananam. Kausalya ajanayat Ramam dasamevasi anta. ಕೆಲವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಒಂದು ನವಮೇವಾಸಿ ಆರ್ ದಶಮೇವಾಸಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ರಾಮ and Krishna and all these people have got the Garbhavasa. That's a different question. So we observe that with this kind of large amount of army, when Amma is being then what she did and how did they fight it? So Sivalingaya, please recite the sloka number 47, 48, 49 and 50. Can you recite, please?
Om Ayanam cha vruto yuddhe tatra bunmayishasuraha tamorair bindipalaischa shaktibhir musalaistata yuyudhus samyuge devya kadgai parashupatishaihi kechit chikshupu shaktihi kechit pashastatha pare devim kadgapraharaistu etam antam prachakramoh sapi devi tatasthani shastranyasтрани chandika leelayaiva prachichedha nija shastrastra varshini.
Yes, Nija Shastrastra Varshini. Nija Shastrastra Varshini. Look, see, this is a war taking place between Devi and Asura. And so beautiful. In fact, if you want to see the real war description, Yuddha Varnana, Ramayana is best. And of course, in Mahabharata also you get the war description. But that's why, but the Rama Ravana Yuddha is classical. Is Ananvaya. There cannot be any comparison to the war between Rama and Ravana. That's why it is said, Gaganam Gaganakaram Sagaras Sagaropamaha Rama Ravanayor Yuddham Rama Ravanayoriva ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಮ ರಾವಣರ ಯುದ್ಧ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಕೇಳಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ರಾಮ ರಾವಣ ಯುದ್ಧದಂತೆಯೇ ಇದೆ. ಆಕಾಶ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ, ಆಕಾಶದಂತೆಯೇ ಇದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ, ಸಮುದ್ರದಂತೆಯೇ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ಅಪ್ಪನ ತರಹ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅಮ್ಮನ ತರಹ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇದು ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ತಾತನ ತರಹ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸುಳ್ಳು. ಮಗು ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಗು ತರಹನೇ ತಾನೇ ಇದೆ, ಸ್ವಂತವಾಗಿ ನಿಜ. ಸೊ ಆ ಮಗುವಿನ ಸ್ವರೂಪ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ದಟ್ ದಿ ಬೇಬಿ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ದಿ faculties and other qualities of the parents, but or grandparents, but it has got its own individuality. ಮಗು ತರಹ ಇದೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮರಾವಣಯೋರ್ ಯುದ್ಧಂ, ರಾಮರಾವಣಯೋರಿವ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಮಹಿಷಾಸುರ ಸೈನ್ಯ ಯುದ್ಧವನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಪುರಸ್ಕಾರ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಹಿಷ್ಕಾರವೇ ಇರೋದು, ಕೋಪ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯುದ್ಧ ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಂದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಪಾಪ, ದತ್ತ ಅಂತ, ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ತಿರುಪತಿ, ಎ ಗುಡ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀ. ಬಟ್ KSR Datta ಅಂತ ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, she used to say, Prabhakar, when you go to examination and when you are given a question paper, you should answer your best ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗೈನ್ ವಾರ್ ಹೋದರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಶೋವ ಮೃತ್ಯುರ್ವ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟ್ ಅದು. ಎದರ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಆರ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡೈ ಇನ್ ದಿ ವಾರ್, ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಟರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ವಾರ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟ್ ವಿತ್ ವಿಚ್ ದ ವಾರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಯಶೋವ ಮೃತ್ಯುರ್ವ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ದೇವಿ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಸಂಹಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದುರ್ಗಾ. ಬಟ್ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ ಏನು, ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎರೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ರಾಕ್ಷಸರು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ದುಷ್ಟ ರಾಕ್ಷಸರು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ದಿ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ದುಷ್ಟ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಭಂಜಿನಿ ಅಂತ. ಸಿ ದುಷ್ಟ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಭಂಜಿನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಭಂಜನಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ forceful verb in Sanskrit. That is, break them down. So when they are broken down with multiple injuries and multiple fractures and all that, what would they do? Poor things. That's why Ammavaru, she will not kill them, but make them completely paralyzed. So that's why Dushta Rakshasa Bhanjini, Dushta Danava Bhanjini anta. So here you have observed, they are having a large number of army. Koti is the crores and crores, not thousands and thousands or hundreds and hundreds. So the Rakshasa Sankhya was there, having all put together in crores and crores. And Danti is Gaja Sainyam, Aswa Sainyam, Ratha Sainyam, Haswa Sainyam, and Mahishasura comes into that. And moreover, he has employed Tomara, Bindi, and Shakti, Musala. These are all the Khadga, Parashu. So all these are the implements, weapons with which they fought with Durga. But Ammavar em chestundi, she is always a composed warrior. Hengri heltiri, how are you able to see andre? You are going to meet that. When Mahishasura ultimately comes, Garjana Martha, Yuddhakke bandmele, then she says, Garja Garja, Mahisha, Yavat Madhyam Madhu Pibamyaham. ನಾನು ಈ ಕಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮಧು ಕುಡಿಯೋದನಕ ನೀನು ಗರ್ಜನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಪ್ಪ, ನಾನು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ನೀನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಕಪ್ಪು ಎಂಟಿ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಪೌನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಯು ಅಂತ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ. ಸೊ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಂಜಾಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ವೈನ್ ಕಪ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಪಾನಪಾತ್ರಂ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್, ವೆನ್ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟಿ ಪಾನಪಾತ್ರ ವಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ. ಯಾಕೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಯಾರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಪ್ಪ? ಧನಾಧಿಪ. ಗೋ ಟು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ನಂಬರ್ 30. ನೀವು ಆವಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. 30th ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಮವಾನ್ ವಾಹನಂ ಸಿಂಹಂ ರತ್ನಾನಿ ವಿವಿಧಾನಿ ಚ ದದಾವಸೂನ್ಯಂ ಸುರಯಾ ಪಾನಪಾತ್ರಂ ಧನಾಧಿಪ. ದಿ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಯರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಎಂಟಿ ಕಪ್, ವೈನ್ ಕಪ್. ವೈನ್ ಕಪ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವೈನ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಕಪ್ಸು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಪ್ ಸೈಜು ಅದು ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲಿ ವೈನ್ ಕಪ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಎ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಶಾಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿ ದಿ ವೈನ್ ಕಪ್ ಶೇಪ್. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪರಿಚಯ ಇರೋದು ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಮಂಡಲ. ಈ ಕಮಂಡಲ is a English ಅವರು ಏನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಸೇಕ್ರೆಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ವೆಸಲ್. ಸೊ ದೇ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಸೇ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ವೈನ್ ಕಪ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸೇಕ್ರೆಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯೂಧು ಸಂಯುಗಿ ದೇವ್ಯಾಹ ಖಡ್ಗೈ ಪರಶು ಪಟ್ಟಸೈಹಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಕೆಲವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದರು, ಶಕ್ತಿ ಚಿಕ್ಷುಪುಹು ಕೇಚಿತು. And some people have employed the Shakti Astra upon Devi. And some people ಕೇಚಿತ್ ಪಾಶೆಗಳನ್ನು, ಪಾಶ ಅಂದರೆ ನೂಸ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ರೋಪ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಆರ್ ಹಗ್ಗಗಳು. ಸೊ ಹಗ್ಗಗಳಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ದೇ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲೈಸ್ ದಿ ಎನಿಮೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಪಾಶಗಳನ್ನು, ಆದರೆ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಳೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವೋರ್ಡ್. ದೇವೀಂ ಖಡ್ಗಪ್ರಹಾರೈಸ್ತು ತಾಂ ಹಂತುಂ ಪ್ರಚಕ್ರಮೆ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಖಡ್ಗ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಪುಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು. ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಮ್ಮ when these rakshasas are attacking her with so many powerful implements and weapons and all that? Then ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಳೆ, 50th stanza, or ಸಾ ದೇವಿ ತಾನಿ ತತಃ ಶಸ್ತ್ರಾಣಿ ಅಸ್ತ್ರಾಣಿ ಚಂಡಿಕಾ ಲೀಲಯಾ ಏವ ಲೀಲಯಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗೈನ್ ಪ್ರಚಿಚ್ಛೇದ ನಿಜ ಶಸ್ತ್ರ ಅಸ್ತ್ರ ವರ್ಷಿಣಿ. ಸೊ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಳೆ, ನಿಜ ಅಂತ ಶಬ್ದ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಬೈ ಹರ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಎನಿ ಬಾರೋಡ್ ಒನ್, ಬಟ್ ನಿಜ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಂತವಾಗಿರುವ ತನ್ನ ಶಸ್ತ್ರಗಳಿಂದ ಅಸ್ತ್ರಗಳಿಂದ ಶಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಶವರ್ಡ್ ಎ ರೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹರ್ ಓನ್ ಶಸ್ತ್ರಾಸ್ತ್ರಾಸ್ upon the Rakshasas and their weapons which are directed towards her. So what did she do? Prachicheda. Observe the word. Prachicheda means made them into pieces and pieces and pieces. ಚೂರು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಆಯುಧ ಮತ್ತೆ ರೀಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ರಿಪೀಟ್. ಅನಾಯಸ್ತಾನನಾ ದೇವಿ, ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ.
ಅನಾಯಸ್ತಾನನಾ ದೇವಿ, ಅನಾಯಸ್ತಾನನಾ ದೇವಿ,
ಸ್ತೂಯಮಾನಾ ಸುರರ್ಷಿಭಿಃ,
ಸ್ತೂಯಮಾನಾ ಸುರರ್ಷಿಭಿಃ, ಸ್ತೂಯಮಾನಾ ಸುರರ್ಷಿಭಿಃ,
ಮುಮೋಚ ಸುರದೇಹೇಷು,
ಮುಮೋಚ ಸುರದೇಹೇಷು, ಸುಮೋಚ ಸುರದೇಹೇಷು,
ಶಸ್ತ್ರಾಣಿ ಅಸ್ತ್ರಾಣಿ ಚ ಈಶ್ವರೀ,
ಶಸ್ತ್ರಾಣಿ ಚ ಈಶ್ವರಿ, ಶಸ್ತ್ರಾಣಿ ಅಸ್ತ್ರಾಣಿ ಚ ಈಶ್ವರಿ.
ಸೋಪಿ ಕ್ರುದ್ಧೋ ಧುತಸಟೋ,
ಸೋಪಿ ಕ್ರುದ್ಧೋ ಧುತಶಟೋ, ಸೋಪಿ ಕ್ರುದ್ಧೋ ಧುತಶಟೋ,
ದೇವ್ಯಾ ವಾಹನ ಕೇಸರಿ,
ದೇವ್ಯಾ ವಾಹನ ಕೇಸರಿ, ದೇವ್ಯಾ ವಾಹನ ಕೇಸರಿ.
ಚಚಾರ ಅಸುರ ಸೈನ್ಯೇಷು,
ಚಚಾರ ಅಸುರ ಸೈನ್ಯೇಷು, ಚಚಾರ ಅಸುರ ಸೈನ್ಯೇಷು,
ವನೇಷ್ವಿವ ಹುತಾಶನಃ,
ವನೇಷ್ವಿವ ಹುತಾಶನಃ, ವನೇಷ್ವಿವ ಹುತಾಶನಃ,
ನಿಶ್ವಾಸಾನ್ ಮುಮುಚೇ ಯಾಂಶ್ಚ,
ನಿಶ್ವಾಸಾನ್ ಮುಮುಚೇ ಯಾಂಶ್ಚ, ನಿಶ್ವಾಸಾನ್ ಮುಮುಚೇ ಯಾಶ್ಚ,
ಯುಧ್ಯಮಾನಾ ರಣೇಂಬಿಕಾ,
ಯುಧ್ಯಮಾನಾ ರಣೇ ಅಂಬಿಕಾ, ಯುಧ್ಯಮಾನಾ ರಣೇ ಅಂಬಿಕಾ.
ತಯೇವ ಸದ್ಯಃ ಸಂಭೂತಾಃ,
ಸಹೇವ ಸದ್ಯಃ ಸಂಭೂತ, ಸಹೇವ ಸದ್ಯಃ ಸಂಭೂತ,
ಗಣಾಃ ಶತಸಹಸ್ರಶಃ,
गणाः शतसहस्रशः गणाः शतसहस्रशः.
We are having a beautiful occasion containing the war description, Yuddha Varnana. And అమ్మవారు ఎలా యుద్ధం చేసింది అండ్ రాక్షసులు ఒక ఒక రీతిగా ఇంజురీస్ తగిలినా కూడా మళ్ళా దే బికేమ్ మల్టిప్లైడ్ దెమ్సెల్స్ అండ్ అటాక్డ్ దేవి. సో వెన్ ఈజ్ ఇట్ గోయింగ్ టు ఎండ్ ఈజ్ ఎ గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్. సి రణకథ కథం వా నిరుధ్యతే, వెన్ ఈజ్ ఇట్ గోయింగ్ టు బి స్టాప్డ్? So here you observe in this sloka number 51, Devi Anayastanana. So she never have any kind of fatigue in her face. Actually, when so many Rakshasas are pouncing and fighting and approaching and killing and all that, people, sometimes some warriors might grow a little disturbed in their mind. Even Rama also had the same problem. You see, ततो युद्ध परिश्रांतं समरे चिंतया स्थितं दैवतैश्च समागम्य द्रष्टुमभ्यागतोरणम् उपगम्याब्रवीत् रामं वसिष्ठो अगस्त्यो भगवान् ऋषिः. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯುದ್ಧ ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತನಾಗಿ ಚಿಂತೆಯಿಂದ ಹಾಗೆ ಡೀಲಾ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅಂಥ ರಾಮನಿಗೆ ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ, ದೇವತೆಗಳು, ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಋಷಿ ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಭಗವಾನ್. ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯೋ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಋಷಿ. ಸೊ ಭಗವಂತನಾಗಿರುವನು, ಋಷಿಯಾಗಿರುವ ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ಬಂದು ಆ ದೇವತೆಗಳ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ರಾಮನ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಪಾತ. ಸೊ ಆ ದೇವತೆಗಳ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ when it fell upon Rama, he became really rejuvenated and fresh and energized. And the drishti itself has got a lot of power. That's exactly what in Saundarya Lahari, ಶಂಕರರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಮ್ಮ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದ ಶರಣ ಹೊಂದಿನವರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ದಯಾರ್ದ್ರ ತೇ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ, ಕಣ್ಣಿಂದ ಕಾಲಿ ಪಾದಗಳಿಂದ, ಪಾದಕಮಲಗಳಿಂದ ಅಂದರೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ತನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತರನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಆ ಕಟಾಕ್ಷ ವೀಕ್ಷಣ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಕಟಾಕ್ಷ ವೀಕ್ಷಣದಿಂದ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕಟಾಕ್ಷ ವೀಕ್ಷಣ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ಶಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, she was sitting on another example, as you see in the Saundarya Lahari and Salta Sahasranamam, Ammavaru was sitting in the eye of Shiva. And she wanted Shiva to go after Mohini. And actually Shivanage ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ to marry Shiva. But in case of Mohini, the ulta. So Shiva went after Mohini. And that's exactly what would happen. So to say that men go after women or women come after men. So ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ both ways are possible when the Kalyana Mahotsava were to take place. Therefore, Ibru consent ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. That is exactly called as the Vivaha. Visheshena ಜೀವಿತ ಪರಿಧಿ ವಹಂತಿ ಇತಿ ವಿವಾಹ ಮಂತ್ರ. ಅಂದರೆ until the last breath of life, both man and woman commit into the wedlock and they be support to each other. That is our Sanatana Dharma's dharmam. So when once, whatever be the age that people get wedded, so until the last breath of life, each other they will be support. Mudukarad mele, so both will not simultaneously will not be invalidated. Maybe husband good, wife suffering, or wife good, husband is having debilitated. So that is our Sanatan Dharmam. And here also you observe, Ammavaru, Leelayaiva Prachichedi, but Durga Parameswari herself, but Rama is Vishnu, but came in the form of Manava. So Manavarige sustu banlebeku, barde irode illa. He gets tired of work. That's why I always tell our computer scientists, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟ್ರೇ ಅವ್ರ ಆಫೀಸು. ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಆನ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಬರೀ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ನೋಡಬೇಡಪ್ಪ, ಗ್ರೀನ್ ನೋಡು, ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಗ್ರೀನ್ ನೋಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ನೋಡು, ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ನೋಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ನೋಡು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ರಿಲೀಫ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಆಪ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನರ್ವ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಏಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಫೆಟಿಗ್. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಳೆ, అనాయస అనన అనాయస్త అననాదేవి. అమ్మవారి యొక్క ముఖంలో there was no any kind of fatigue or tiresomeness or bejaru, sustu, nothing. And why it is like that? Because the secret is surarshibhihi stuyavana. She is being praised by the gods and rishis. ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ತುತ್ಯ ವೈವರ್ಧಂತೆ ದೇವಾಹ ಅಂತ ಮಹೀಧರರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ಕಾಮೆಂಟೇಟರ್ ಮಹೀಧರ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಸ್ತೋತ್ರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ದಿ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜೈಸ್ಡ್, ದೇ ಬಿಕಮ್ ರಿಜುವಿನೇಟೆಡ್, ದೇ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗರ್. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಚೀರಿಯೋ ಚೀರಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಗಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಚಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸು, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎಂಕರೇಜಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಗೋಲ್ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಬಿದ್ದೋದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಿ ನಾದ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ತೂಯಮಾನ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದಟ್ ನಾದ is coming up, then she becomes really doubled in her strength. In what way? Suradehe, asuradeheshu, Ishwari shastrani astrani mumocha. She went on depositing or throwing shastra and astras upon all the bodies of all the asuras. See, asura deheshu, dehadalli, so dehanasa important. ಸೊ ದೇಹನಾಶಾಯ, ಆ ದೇಹ ನಾಶ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾಶ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರವರ್ ಕಾರಣ ಶರೀರ, ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಶರೀರ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಥೂಲ ಶರೀರ ಅಂತ 3 ತರಹ ಶರೀರಗಳಿದೆ ಅಂತ ವೇದಾಂತಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ 3 ತರಹ ಶರೀರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸ್ಥೂಲ ಶರೀರ ಒಂದೇ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಾರಣ ಶರೀರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಶರೀರ. ನಾವು ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಶರೀರದಿಂದಲೇ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಔಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಆಲ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್. ವೆಲ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ತಾಯಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಳೆ, ಈಶ್ವರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಯು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಿ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಈಶ್ವರಿ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಯೂಸ್. ಈಶ್ವರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಬಡಿ ಟು ಅಪೋಸ್ ಹರ್, ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡೆಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕರ್. ಈಶ್ವರೀಗುಂ ಈಶ್ವರೀಣಾಂ ಈಶ್ವರೀಂ. ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಈಸ್ ಈಶ್ವರಿ ಈಶ್ವರಾಣಾಂ. ಈಶ್ವರ ಈಶ್ವರಾಣಾಂ. There is nobody higher than she or he. They are the decision makers ultimately. No discussion. So Ishwari shastrani astrani asuradeheshu. And aವಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್? ಸೋಪಿ ಕ್ರುದ್ಧಃ ಧುತಸತಃ ದೇವ್ಯಾಃ ವಾಹನಕೇಸರಿ ಸಚರಾಚರ ಸೈನ್ಯೇಷು ವನೇಶ್ವಹುತಾಸನಃ. ಸೊ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ಧೈರ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಶಸ್ತ್ರಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ವೆಪನ್ಸ್ into the bodies of various rakshasas. What is a Simha doing? Simha is deriving the benefit of the spirit of the Devi Durga. On the other hand, also Durga Parameswari's Tande, Himavan. So she is called Durga Haimavati. And Haimavati and Himarajana Kumar. Himarajana Kumari, Kumarte. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಅಷ್ಟೋತ್ತರ ನಾಮಾವಳಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಿಮಾಚಲ ಮಹಾವಂಶ ಪಾವನಾಯೈ ನಮೋ ನಮಃ. ಸೊ ರಜತಾಚಲ ಶೃಂಗಾದ್ರಿ ಮಧ್ಯಸ್ಥಾಯೈ ನಮೋ ನಮಃ. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್, ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ ಲೇಡಿ, ಗಿರಿಜಕನ್ಯಾ. ಸೊ ಗಿರಿಜಕನ್ಯಾ, ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಗಿರಿಜಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗಿರಿಕನ್ಯಾ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಮಹಾನ್ಯಾಸಂ, in the 37 or 37 the Shivasankalpa mantras, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗಿರಿಕನ್ಯೆಯ ಕೈಲಾಸಶಿಖರೇ ರಮ್ಯೆ ಶಂಕರಸ್ಯ ಶಿವನಿಜಾಲಯೇ ಗಿರೀಶಃ ಗಿರಿಜಾ ಸಹ ತನ್ಮೇ ಮನಸ್ಸಿವ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಮಸ್ತು ಗಿರಿಕನ್ಯೆಯ. ಸೊ ಗಿರಿಕನ್ಯೆಯ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಿರೀಶನಾಗಿರುವ ಶಿವ ಆ ಕೈಲಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲಕ್ಷೇಪ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ತನ್ಮೇ ಮನಸ್ಸಿವ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಮಸ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಾಯಿ ಆ ತರಹ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸಿಂಹ. ಸಿಂಹ ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ಹಿಂಸೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಬೀಸ್ಟ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದೋಸ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಹಿಂಸಾ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಕಿಲ್ ಆರ್ ವಿಕ್ಟಿಮ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹಿಂಸಾತ್ ಸಿಂಹ ಇತಿ ಕಚ್ಯತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಟಿಮಾಲಜಿಕಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಟಿಮಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ನಿರ್ವಚನ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಸಕರ್ಮಣಃ ಸಿಂಹ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಹಿಂಸೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಆ ಸಿಂಹ ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಗೋ and fight in the war field and clear, and sometimes as scavenger also she works, that is samam, because ಯುದ್ಧ ರಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಕಾರ್ಪ್ಸಸ್ಸು ಬಿದ್ದಿರುತ್ತಲ್ವ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಜಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಸಿಂಹ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಸಿಂಹ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ವೀರಸಿಂಹ, ಯುದ್ಧ ಸಿಂಹ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ ಯುದ್ಧ ಸಿಂಹ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅವೇ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಚಚಾರ ಅಸುರ ಸೈನ್ಯೇಶು ವನೇಶು ಹುತಾಶನಃ. ಹುತಾಶನ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಗ್ನಿ, ಹುತಂ ಅಸನಂ ಯಸ್ಯ ಸಹ ಹುತಾಸನಃ, ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆಯೋ ಅದೇ ಆಹಾರವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ಅಗ್ನಿ ವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದರೆ he will turn any and every tree, plant, etc. into ashes. ಭಸ್ಮಾಂತಂ ಶರೀರಂ, ಈ ವನದಲ್ಲಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಭಸ್ಮಾಂತಂ, ಭಸ್ಮವಾಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೇನೋ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ಅಗ್ನಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಬರೀ ಬೂದಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಬೂದಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಬೂದಿಯನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಗಂಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಈ ಜೀವ, ಶರೀರವನ್ನು ಧರಿಸಿರುವ ಜೀವ ಆ ಪ್ರವಾಹದಿಂದ ಸಮುದ್ರ ನಾರಾಯಣಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ತರಹ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎ ಹುತಾಸನ, ದಿ ಲಯನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್, ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಡೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವಾರ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ವಾರ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಫ್ರೀ. ಚಚಾರ ಅಸುರ ಸೈನ್ಯೇಶು ವನೇಶು ಇವ ಹುತಾಸನಃ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗೈನ್ ಸೊ ನಿಶ್ವಾಸಾನ್ ಮುಚೇಯಾಂಶ್ಚ ಯುಧ್ಯಮಾನಾರಣೇಂಬಿಕಾ ತಯೇವ ಸದ್ಯಃ ಸಂಭೂತಾಃ ಗಣಾಃ ಶತಸಹಸ್ರಃ ಸಹ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ 53rd ಶ್ಲೋಕ you observe those people who gave up breathing and those people holding the breath and trying to fight with Tamavaru in the battleground. So there are two kinds of enemies, one dead and another fighting. But the dead people again came back to life, and in groups and groups and hundreds of groups, and they attacked Amavaru. So thereby the Yuddha with the Rakshasas will not end ಈಸಿಲಿ. ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ಗಳು, ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ಸು ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗೋದು 30 years 40 years ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೊರಟೋದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಲ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೆರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಜೋಕ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಲಾಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಸನ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಸಲ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಲಾಯರು, ಅವನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿಸ್ ಸನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಲಾಯರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಏನೋ ಟಯರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಪ್ಪ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀನು ಹೋಗು, ನೀನು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋ ಕೇಸನ್ನು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಮಗನಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ, ದಟ್ ಬಾಯ್ ವೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯೂಡ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ದಿ ಕೇಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಮಗ ಬಂದು ಅಪ್ಪನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್, ಐ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್, ಐ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಪ್ಪ ಬಿಕೆಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗ್ರಿ. ಮುಟ್ಟಾಳ, ನಾನು ಆ ಕೇಸನ್ನು 30 ವರ್ಷ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ML ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ದೀನೋ, ನೀನು 1 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀಯ ಅಂತ ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಬೈದು. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಜೋಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಲಾಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಲಾಯರ್ ಸನ್. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ದಿ ಡೆಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕೇಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಲೈಫ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಡ್. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಶಿ is such a powerful lady that she was able to destroy them also. So in for 54 sloka, ಯುದುಸ್ತೆ ಪರಶುಭಿಃ ಭಿಂದಿ ವಿವಾಲಯಿಸಿ ಪಾಲ ಅಸಿಪಟ್ಟಸೈಃ ನಾಸಯಂತೋ ಅಸುರಗಣಾನ್ ದೇವಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಉಪಬೃಂಹಿತಾಃ. ಸೊ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಉಪಬೃಂಹಿತಾಃ ಅಂದರೆ, ಉಪಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಗಾಟ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಡ್. ಈವನ್ ದಿ ಸೈನ್ಯಂ, ಶಕ್ತಿ ಸೈನ್ಯಂ ಆಫ್ ತಾಯಿ Durga, that also got multiplied, and they were able to meet one to one fight, so that the other enemy will be really killed or destroyed. So the war was simply majestically grand, that Ammavaru with her army, she was able to meet up the contingency of the Rakshasas coming and fighting, and ultimately only the Mahishasura will remain. You understand? So Nasayantaha Asuraganan and Devi Shakti Upabrahmitaha and Avadayanta Patahan Ganaha Shankhaha Tathapare Mridangascha Tathaivanye Tasmin Yuddha Mahotsave. This you should mark. Yuddha Mahotsava. ಯುದ್ಧ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್. ವೀರರಿಗೆ, ಧೈರ್ಯವಂತರಿಗೆ, ಈ ಯುದ್ಧ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿರೋರಿಗೆ, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ರಣಪಂಡಿತಾಸ್, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ರಣಪಂಡಿತಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹೈಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಫೆಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ, ಹಬ್ಬ. ಯುದ್ಧ ವೀರರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹಬ್ಬ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟ್, ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ವಿಕ್ಟರಿ ಫಾರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ to whom, who gave them all war training. In fact, it is said, though it is not mentioned in Valmiki Ramayanam, when Rama and Lakshmana made friendship with Sugriva and all the Vanaras, so they gave also military training to the Vanaras to be able to face Rakshasas and kill them all. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಪಾಪ ಕೋತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡೋ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ he had taken some small workshop to all the Vanara, imagine, to all the Vanara Veeras, that they will be able to face Rakshasas in the war. That Ravana Sainyam vividhavagirutte. So in order to enable themselves to fight such kind of opposing Rakshasas, devilish people, so there was a training given. Here also, Ammavaru Shakti Sainyam is highly oriented with war spirit, and no soldier on the side of Anu Devi got tired. They also considered that Yuddha Madodu Mahotsava. It is a great celebration of their own prowess to display and all that. So this is how we are going on with the Yuddham, that how Rakshasas are reacting, how Ammavaru Sainyam, Shakti Sainyam, plus Vahanam, Simha Vahanam. So that way, whoever went to the war, all of them are really powerful. I don't know how to... look at this photo. So a lion, the mouth open, and Ammavaru is very pleasantly sitting on the lion. So Simhavahini, Durga, Parameswari, Karuna, Sada, Asmasu, Viswavasunama Samvatsare, Bhavatu, iti దుర్గాం ప్రార్థయిత్వా. ఓం స్వస్తి.
ఓం సహనా భవతు సహనో భునక్తు సహ వీర్యం కరవావహై తేజస్వినావధీతమస్తు మా విద్విషావహై. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. సర్వే భవంతు సుఖినః, సర్వే సంతు నిరామయాః, సర్వే భద్రాణి పశ్యంతు, మా కశ్చిద్ దుఃఖభాగ్ భవేత్. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. హరి ఓం తత్సతం. సర్వం శ్రీకృష్ణార్పణమస్తు. శ్రీవాసుదేవార్పణమస్తు. శ్రీవేదపురుష ఆశీర్వాదోస్తు. ఓం శ్రీమాతృచరణారవిందార్పణమస్తు. ఓం